Hello there, and welcome back to the Karabast podcast, your official jump point for all things Star Wars and beyond.
And when Karabast happens, we'll talk about it. And lots of D23 news coming out from last weekend. Lots to talk about, lots of Star Wars specifically to talk about, because Ahsoka is coming the end of January, right around the corner, it feels like.
Yeah, we'll probably talk some Avengers at the very end of this as well.
Sure.
To just try to, cover all the bases, but
Yeah.
I mean, you ready to get right into Ahsoka?
Sure. Yeah, let's start with Ahsoka.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're both really big fans of, at least I am, right? You're a big fan of Season 1?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We're both huge fans of Season 1 of Ahsoka. I think it's actually, really underrated. It gets a lot of hate for some things, and some of those things are warranted, but I just, as a whole, very good first season in my opinion. As a massive Rebels fan, just checks all the boxes and then some. And this second trailer, or this season 2 trailer, is it's everything I could have wanted to be excited for when the show actually drops in January. There's so much galactic warfare. Thrawn looks amazing. They've updated his prosthetics to where his forehead is more pronounced, and he looks just more authentic, I think. And just the lightsaber battles, the planet hopping, Anakin, it's all there, man. It's all there. And it makes me wonder if they're willing to show a lot of what's in the second season just in this first trailer. What is really going to be going on.
Yeah, what are they hiding?
Season.
Yeah. Because I think it's labeled, this one's even labeled as a teaser trailer, right? It's not a full-length one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So yeah, which I was surprised that it's over a minute long or something like that. But yeah, no, it has me very excited. I would be fine if we don't get another trailer, to be honest.
I might be there with
you.
Keep
me guessing.
I don't know. I watched it again. Nick was on the call, right before this, and the whole time I'm just cheesing, bro. I can't stop smiling because I'm just this is the Star Wars that I care about, bro. It's my favorite Star Wars character with one of the most goated animated shows combined. Then you have legendary Star Wars villain, and it's just all this pot of mashed potatoes, just all just mashed together, and Dave Filoni's got a big old spoon and he's just stirring this thing, dude, and it is it's so sick. The music is sick, the visuals are sick, all the prosthetics just keep getting better with Ahsoka. I don't even know if they changed it from season 1. She looks towards the end of season 1 when she gets that new headband and stuff, looks really good.
She looks the same. I'm pretty sure production companies though switched from season 1 to season 2, because season 1 the lead was the Shauna Trippick, who passed a couple of years ago, and I think since then they did switch to a different company that is making all these costumes, and so I don't know if they reused some of the stuff, because the plaques on the costumes that were on display at D23, they no longer said Shauna Trippick's name on it. They had the new designers, and I do not remember their name off the top of my head. But so I'm wondering if they did fully rebuild them from scratch just to make sure they still fit for different characters. Obviously, Sabine's is basically completely new. So I wonder if they did just completely switch over after Shauna Trippick's passing.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, because even she did all the sequels and all that kind of stuff too, right? And she
I don't know
didn't
if
she
she
do
did
everything?
the sequels. She started on Mando season 2, I believe, and it's kind of she's kind of been the vision of how a lot of these modern Mandalorians look to us now, which I think is really cool.
Okay. So you're definitely
I don't
a big
believe
fan
she
of her
did
work.
the sequels. Yeah, no, I love her work for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Nick, did you have any major takeaways from this trailer?
I have some stuff listed out, so we can just go through kind of just the trailer from start to end, I guess.
Sure.
So the beginning opens up with like the Clone Wars flashback. Um, who are you thinking this rogue Jedi character could be, or if he is anyone?
I don't know if he's like a villain. I think he kind of just gives me like Syndralic vibes, where he's like some sort of Jedi battle master or something like that. This is a trial for Ahsoka. Could even be on Ilum. I don't know. Like maybe this is a flashback to where Ahsoka gets her lightsaber crystal. Does she only have the one saber in the clip?
No, she has both. She's only using one, but the other one is on her belt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So scratch that. I don't know. I mean, his lightsaber's definitely interesting, but that's what makes me think that he's like just some sort of specialty Jedi master or something instead of.
Oh, you think they're all training together, not like.
That's kind of what it gives me, like the vibes it gives me. But the part where he throws the speeder looks a little aggressive for training, so I don't know.
Yeah, my first thought was it could be like a Pong Krell situation where he might be like a Dooku loyalist and kind of went rogue, and Anakin and Ahsoka were sent to take him in or whatever. But I do find it very interesting. His eye markings are very similar to the Mortis brothers' eye marking. How it's like kind of has like the teardrops on the outside, but it's like big like raccoon eyes, and it goes down.
Very random thought here. I don't know if this lines up at all. What are the odds that this is Baylan? Like, I know it's a huge stretch, but
my only reason I would say no is because Huang has a catalog of Baylan's lightsaber, and I don't think it's the same lightsaber being used by that guy. So I think the lightsaber Baylan has is his Jedi one still. And so if the lightsabers aren't the same, then I would say he's
dude,
probably
I don't
not.
know. Look at the emitter.
Okay, go. Let me pull this up again.
The right side actually kind of looks like the emitter on Baylan's saber.
Ahsoka.
Because there is a scene in like season 1 when Ahsoka and Baylan have their first fight where Baylan knows Anakin. I don't know if he mentions anything about having met Ahsoka though.
I see what you mean with the. Let me look up Baylan's lightsaber. I don't really remember exactly. Baylan.
I think it's. I don't know. I mean, there'd be a lot of like. It's a major guess, obviously. Baylan doesn't have.
On your bingo card.
No, probably not. If there's one thing I learned about the bingo card experience, it's be as conservative as possible because, although I don't know, maybe Ahsoka we can get a little wild with it.
Flipping back and forth, I'm saying that's not the same saber. Then again, it is.
What about
like
the emitter with like the little spikes on the end of it? Do you see that at all?
Yeah, on the right side, Baylan's go out more, and they don't go above the where like the blade comes out.
I just feel like
it could be though.
I like your son theory, but I feel like this is before Mortis.
I'm not saying this is the son. I'm just saying it's interesting how the eye markings of the two characters are similar.
It also he doesn't really look like he's wearing Jedi robes either. It looks like some sort of like leather jacket. So I don't know. Maybe he's not a Jedi at all. Oh well, no, it does look like Jedi robes in the other shots.
Yeah, because it has like the tabards that still come down and off of him, and he like does this flip.
He's definitely force sensitive too because of that flip. That's
throwing the tree.
Oh yeah, and he's okay. Oh okay. I just now realizing that was a tree. I thought it was a speeder this whole time.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. There might be some connection there. Either Baylan or they might tie it back to Mortis with some stuff. I don't know. That was cool. Lightsaber design. We have to talk about that. That is very new for Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't know
how
it
Legends
works.
thing?
So when I was doing a bit of research, the only time that a kind of lightsaber like that has been shown was from gosh, I don't remember what year it was, but it was from a like create an alien thing that Star Wars did like a very long time ago, like maybe 90s. And the winner of that got their alien put on like the cover of a like I think it was a magazine. It was for a magazine. The alien was holding a lightsaber with that like a portion in the middle of it. Um, so that's I think the only other time a lightsaber like that has been seen or used. I don't know. I don't know if you consider that legend or not. Um,
I just feel like I've
but this,
seen something like it before.
I'm just wondering like the mechanics of it. Like, can you slide it like along the blade, or like how does that work? Is it like a coupler that kind of like I don't know. I'm very intrigued.
What it reminds me of is like in Ahsoka season or in Mando season 2 when Ahsoka does that like Rebels thing where she ignites them together and then pulls them apart.
Yeah.
They're almost like one tube that then splits into two separate ones. So it's possible that it's two double-bladed lightsabers.
Okay, see, that was my first
Yeah.
original thought before I looked into it more. Yeah, like we're watching him like mid breaking out too.
But then somehow they'd have to connect. Like it would be like two double-bladed lightsabers that can turn into one double-bladed lightsaber. I don't know.
Well, what if it's like Ahsoka's where he's like we're seeing it like mid him taking them like out. So like
Right,
that's
but
just like the start of him having two double bladed.
oh, so
lightsabers.
you're saying in the later scenes when he like throws the tree, that's a completely separate lightsaber that he doesn't have taken out yet.
Well, I'm saying he can maybe connect them to make a really long lightsaber, and then he can split. He has two doubles, and then he can connect them to make a single double, or he can split them apart to have two doubles. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I picture him explaining this to his master the same way that we're having this conversation. We're like,
what the hell are you
we're
talking
trying
about?
to understand. It's like, bro, just make it come out of the handle, bro.
Hugh Ang's like short circuiting.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on from that, lots of live action Dathomir, like on surface stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It is very foggy with that kind of how the flashbacks were in season one, like on Teth and Mandalore and stuff. How it was just kind of this haze. I'm hoping it doesn't look like that the whole time. I feel like it's very different scenarios. Dathomir, though, they're called the Witches of the Mist for a reason. So I feel like it definitely plays into it really well.
Yeah,
I just don't want it to be too similar to flashbacks, how they look.
Yeah, I understand that for sure because, like, I wish we saw more of Teth. Like, it really was just this kind of, like, purple, cloudy
haze
room where, like, Dathomir, like, I want to see some of the trees and the weird plant bulbs and all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
Like how it looked in Fallen Order. I want it to look like that. Which I get is much harder to do in live action, but give us a little something, please.
The next thing is Thrawn's adding something to the front of his ship. A little later in the trailer, when we see like the B-Wings attacking it, it's like this giant turbine-looking thing on the front of it. Mm-hmm. It's not like I originally thought it was like he was repairing something, but Star Destroyers don't have a front that looks like that. So I don't know what he's up to.
Yeah. I mean, let's hope it's not a big super laser, right? Let's hope it's not that.
I mean, well, because it would be strange because Thrawn's whole thing was building the TIE Defender program while Tarkin was off building the Death Star. Not Tarkin. Or Tarkin was having someone else having Krennic build the Death Star. Yeah. And then he was like, oh, which one's going to be better? And then he ultimately chose the Death Star because...
Okay, I will say we do get a lot of Dathomir plant life in this overhead shot right before it cuts to Ezra. There's
it's like where everyone's shooting around?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we get a good look at everything, so that looks good. Okay.
Um, so yeah, I'm just hoping it's not a big laser on the front, but we shall see.
Yeah, that would be so lame, bro. That would almost like that's like too basic for Thrawn. Like Thrawn needs something else.
Yeah,
That's
no,
like cool that we
that's
haven't seen
exactly what I'm
before.
thinking.
We need like it needs to be menacing, but like something that only he could like really wield. Because of his intelligence. It needs to be something really
Yeah.
strange and unique.
Senator Ziono is back. I forget what planet he was the senator of, but he was in the season one. He was kind of an annoyance to the council because he was the one being like, "You're not allowed to go to Cetos." But he's back in this, so I wonder what his deal is going to be again. I love how.
Wait, so do we think that he's actually building something, or is it just his Star Destroyer getting repaired, like after entering into this new galaxy?
I don't know, because Star Destroyers don't have a front that looks like that.
I know, but it also it looks like we're seeing inside of it, so it could just be like I don't know, like he broke the tip of his pocket knife or something on his Star Destroyer, and like he's having all these things come in and repair it.
Yeah, he could put a bit of like flourish on it for sure. That's very Thrawn.
Well, because his Star Destroyer was like already kind of in shambles on Peridia.
Yeah.
So, and like when Ahsoka and all them traveled to Peridia, like they were inside a Purgle. I would think like that would keep them safe. Whereas Thrawn like having to do light speed and all that kind of stuff without like proper star maps being made, it's possible that they ran into some things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know how sick it would be if the show started with Thrawn like going and then like it was more of a journey than
like his
we thought it might
be.
Yeah, like the first episode or no. Like the first episode is like his journey back to our galaxy.
Oh yes.
But it's like on the way there, like troops are dying. Like it can't be too long, but it needs to be a certain amount of time because Ahsoka and Sabine got there like fairly quickly. But like for them to jump into light speed, across galaxies, that would still have to take time, right? Like that would still have to take like a decent amount of time. So maybe like the first half of the episode is like Thrawn. Like the first 10 minutes is like Thrawn leaving Peridia's atmosphere and then like jumping to light speed, and then it's like basically everything like his first move. It's like him and Enoch just like talking about, okay, we're going straight to Dathomir. We're gonna like rejoin with the Night Sisters, and then we're going like straight for the New Republic or the Rebel Alliance because Thrawn doesn't acknowledge them. And
I love that,
which is sick. Yeah, and then it's like we get some one-on-one time with Thrawn. You know what I mean? Like while we're in that travel, because I think that was something that a lot of people that hadn't seen Rebels didn't love about Thrawn and Ahsoka was just like everyone who had seen Rebels or read the books, they know what this guy's about. But if you're just like coming into this off of like The Mandalorian or something, you're like, who is this guy? Why is he such a big deal? So maybe like the first episode gives us some like one-on-one time with Thrawn where like we can get into his headspace a little bit. We can, I don't know, like fear him a little bit in live action. Because I will say, like, if you're just watching Ahsoka, he kind of just comes off as like a step above. He's like another Moff Gideon almost.
Yeah.
In Ahsoka season 1, without that like pre-established backstory that people like us know, like, it doesn't hit quite as hard as maybe it could have in that first season of Ahsoka.
So to continue off that, like about the idea of like needing Thrawn to be a bit more menacing, so that's the space station that the Empire is dropping the Night Sisters onto. Mm-hmm. It looks very similar to the station above Corellia in season 1, episode 2, like when Ahsoka is flying down to see what's up on the planet to investigate the hyperdrive that's being exported. The space stations look very similar, so I'm wondering if Thrawn wants to reclaim like a shipyard to reproduce to bring Star Destroyers back into production.
Well,
and I think
so
continue.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but I
No.
I have an answer for you on that. So I still have not read the final book in the Heir to the Empire trilogy, but I have read the first two.
Okay.
Maybe I'll try to get The Last Command read before this season comes out. But in Heir to the Empire, the first book, Thrawn, he wasn't in another galaxy in the first book. He was just in the known galaxy. He kind of emerges as like this new remnant warlord kind of thing. But the thing that they're after is like this thing called the Katana Fleet, and it's this lost massive star fleet of ships, and both the Rebel Alliance and the Empire are after them. And so it's kind of like this race to get to this massive star fleet that can wipe out one or the other entirely. So Thrawn in the earlier, I want to say, I'm pretty sure it's Heir to the Empire. He goes to this planet, I think called Sluis Van or something like that. And basically, like, it's like this junkyard / shipyard that there's a bunch of old rebel ships on or something like that. And he... Oh, no. It's the same things that you see drop in this thing that the Night Sisters come out of and they attack the rebel soldiers. Those pods that the TIE bombers are dropping. They're called like mole miners or something like that. And that's how Lando gets involved in this is they were Lando's mining equipment on this Sluis Van planet or whatever. Thrawn comes in and steals those and then is like using like everything that he can basically get his hands on, including these mole miners, to like just cause havoc on the rebels. And so like the chances of him, I'm watching it now, like the chances of him going to that shipyard and stealing a bunch of stuff, like he's got these mole miners from somewhere. Is Lando in this? Do we get a little Lando in this? Because that's mole miners are not like an Imperial stock thing. Right. So it's possible that either he goes to Corellia or something like that, or they just rip it. Like if they're ripping that scene right out of the books, it'd be cool if we just went to Sluis Van. We saw like Lando. I don't know.
Yeah, we need to just see Thrawn get some more wins to see him be more menacing and feel like an actual threat when he was in Rebels and Legends and all the books. So that's why I'm maybe thinking like that's why he goes there. He reclaims the shipyards or at least steals a bunch of shit for the Empire. And I feel like that would either be, I don't know if that would be like his end goal for this season as like the finale battle, or if that's like something that happens early on. Because
that's gotta be early.
Because
that's gotta be early.
There are 3 distinct like space battles going on. There's one above Dathomir, the red planet. There's one above what I believe is Corellia, the blue planet, and then there's another one above a green planet, which I don't know what it is. And so that's crazy. I thought like originally this was like all these ships, these battles were taken out of like one big one probably at like the end or something, but they're in different like sectors or atmospheres for each one, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, based off what Dave Filoni has said, the second half of this season is going to be just all-out galactic warfare. Like, it's going to be... It's going to be, like, big Star Wars. You know what I mean? So, it makes me think that everything we see on Peridia with, like, Ahsoka, Sabine, and possibly Shin and Baylan, assuming Baylan's still on Peridia with all the snow, because it does have him, like, getting off of his ship. Like that, I think that's his T6. But anyways, I think all of that is going to be the front end of the show. We'll figure out what that grand power is that Baylan's after, whether it's like the Mortis gods or whatever. And then that is going to directly kickstart or impact this big galactic war that we see at the end.
Yeah.
That's my prediction, because when Dave said that the galactic war is at the very end, I'm like, okay, so how does what's going on with Ahsoka and Sabine, Baylan and Shin have anything to do with the story with Thrawn and the Rebel Alliance? Like those have to connect at some point because they're still in separate galaxies. So I don't know, man. It's like, and then fast forwarding later in this trailer, like Ahsoka's messing with some more ancient Jedi stuff, and it's like this thing in on Ilum where you have to like reflect the light
The
and it
lights,
melts the ice. So I don't know. It's like it's there's something going on out here that is like ancient Jedi, Sith, Force, whatever, that is gonna impact what Thrawn's plan is, I think, like, and how he goes about it. Because I don't know, those two have to be interlocked somehow.
Yeah, to make it more not cohesive, but so like a shared story, I guess.
Yeah,
for sure.
because that's the other thing is like, do we think that Ahsoka and Sabine make it back?
That was gonna be my next question to you. I don't know. I think it's still very too early to say because of how season 1 was left. I was shocked that they got left behind. So I really don't know if they even make it back this season.
I feel like they have to, right? Like,
it wouldn't.
I don't know.
If they do, it wouldn't be the traditional route. I think it would be like a world between world thing. Is my opinion. Like I think they go from one point to
just
another.
Hop back on the Perkles again. You know what I mean? I don't think that happens. I agree.
Yeah, it has to be more than that.
But I almost feel like it's gonna be like, I want Ahsoka present for this big battle, because here's the other thing is like, and I've heard a lot of people say this. I'm not the only one that's thought this, but if this is going to be big galaxy warfare, like Dave has said it's going to be, that means that like Luke and Leia and Han, like they are gonna be aware of this. So or they should be, at least if the writing's good. So what are the chances that we see those characters? Because we did see Leia was mentioned in
by 3PO.
season 1, and C-3PO was there. So like they know that Thrawn is like on his way.
Yeah, I just don't know how you would work in such large characters like that when they're not the main character, you know? Because if they're only there for like 5 minutes, then it just kind of feels like a cameo. So I don't know how that would be balanced. I'm not sure.
Unless they're in a lot of it.
And yeah, that would be crazy.
I mean, in my opinion, that's what you do. Like if you want to make season 2 big and make it feel like the sequel trilogy we never got, which I think is the point of this show. You got to bring the big dogs in, man. Like I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I don't know if you recast. I don't know if you deep fake. I don't know what you do, but there has to be some explanation that actually like satisfies with that issue.
I think if they do that, it would. For season 1? Did you get to go to the theaters for one of the was it episode 5 or 6 that they released it? I think it was episode 5 that they put out in theaters.
I didn't. It was in Orlando. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so it was that was like that because I was in Florida when that came out, even further away from Sarasota. So it's like 3-hour drive to go to Orlando to do that. I'm hoping that happens again because the Regal Cinemas that I live next to, they've been doing a lot of the stuff. Like they had the final season of Stranger Things, they had the final season of The Boys play there. So if they do that again, I'm sure they're going to be playing it. So I'm very excited about that. You should come up. And then for like the weekend, you should see it.
That would be fun. It'll probably be cold up there too, huh?
Yeah, beginning of January. Yeah.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Could be fun. But yeah, if they bring in a lot of that kind of stuff, like these big spectacle moments, especially with like aside from these big battles, but putting in legacy characters, I think that would entice a lot of people to go to the theaters and really push that, because the episode that was in theaters last year was the big one with Anakin, I'm pretty sure, right? It was the World Between Worlds episode.
Right.
So I could see them doing that again.
And also, like, there's stats behind what you just said too, because in Book of Boba Fett, which Boba Fett's a legacy character, but the episodes that Luke showed up in were they're what really drove the viewership for Book of Boba Fett so high. It wasn't the quality of the show or Boba Fett, really. It was Luke being in it. So, and then obviously things like the Kenobi show being like the highest viewed thing on Disney Plus. It's about Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. So like if you include those characters, like, you know, if people will show up for that, I think.
Yeah, for sure. And continuing with like talking about legacy characters and specifically Obi-Wan Kenobi, do you think he makes an appearance in the show as a flashback?
Yes.
Or even do you think Force Ghost too, or just flashback?
I think Force Ghost is more likely.
Really?
Yeah, I think so, because it seems like the only flashback that we've seen is this one with Ahsoka and Anakin on this ice planet. And of course there could be more, but I think we're going to get a pretty decent chunk of Anakin Force Ghost stuff. Mostly because of the nature of what Balin's after. He's after something connected to Mortis. So Anakin's going to be involved with that. Then on top of that, like if Ahsoka is stranded on Peridia for a decent chunk of this show, I think it's pretty likely we see Anakin every episode that she's on Peridia. You know what I mean?
That
like I think
is true, yeah.
Versus, and then, you know, with Anakin being a Force Ghost and showing up, that's not going to feel as played out so quickly as like, oh, here's another Clone Wars flashback. Oh, here's another Clone Wars flashback. Like they just keep giving those to us. That's going to feel like nostalgia bait, or, you know, putting like spectacle over story, where I think putting Force Ghost Anakin and Obi-Wan involved with things, and it has to do with Ahsoka actually growing and evolving as a character and maybe becoming a Jedi again, like legitimately. I think that is a much cleaner way of like including Obi-Wan.
That makes sense. Yeah, no, I like that a lot, yeah.
But also, like, I don't know. I don't think Obi-Wan's essential for this show at all, based off what I know the story to be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because Obi-Wan and Ahsoka, they were going to be the original like Padawan and teacher. So I feel like they definitely have more of like a friendship like relationship rather than like the master and apprentice that Anakin and Ahsoka actually have together. So yeah, it wouldn't be as impactful to the story, I feel like, than Anakin is.
Well, if you want to cherry pick their relationship too, their interaction in Clone Wars Season 7, I think Ahsoka almost kind of sees Obi-Wan as like part of the problem. Because when she's like, you know, Obi-Wan's like, the Chancellor needs us, and she's like, no, the Republic, or no, she's like, the Republic needs your help, and she's like, no, the Chancellor needs your help, or whatever she said. And she's calling him out on just like catering to politics instead of like morals. And so I think like when in the earlier seasons of the Clone Wars, I think it was more of like Uncle Obi-Wan status. I think towards the end of Clone Wars Season 7, Ahsoka's a little wiser. I think she still loves Obi-Wan as like, you know, a mentor and like a father figure or like a family member. But like, I don't think she aligns with like what his idea of like the Jedi Order is. And I think Obi-Wan acknowledges those things, but he doesn't do anything about it. Sure. Whereas like Anakin does something about it, maybe a little too much about it. And Ahsoka like obviously just decided to leave the Order because of it. So I don't know. Like I think if Obi-Wan and Ahsoka had an interaction in this show, I think it would be like a sweet moment, but I think it would also maybe come with a little bit of like a bitter aftertaste for Ahsoka.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Continuing on, we got Zeb. We got Zeb back in this.
Finally.
Just seeing him
You
in
better say Karabast in this for real. You
better say yeah, he did it. He did it. Yeah, oh my god, I gotta put that back on the bingo card for this one. Oh, there he is.
Karabast.
You got him out.
Yeah.
Ezra looks great in an A-wing. I feel like that's such a fitting ship for him. Love that. Did he fly anything in Rebels? I
I
can't.
think
It's just
just
like an.
that he flew. Oh no, he flew Balin's shuttle. So Balin does not have his ship.
Yeah, the one that you're talking about, I think in like the snow. I think that was definitely the
The T6. Yeah,
Ahsoka's.
I got my
Yeah,
ships
yeah.
mixed up there. Yeah.
I'm talking about Rebels though. Like, what has he flown? Did he fly
Uh,
any? Like, was it just?
he. I mean, he's flown the Phantom a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I want to say he flew some A wings.
Okay.
In one of the. He might have. He wasn't all suited
Because
up
I
like this though.
no, yeah, with all like the traditional pilot uniform. Yeah, yeah, for the A-wings.
And I'm just like, I'm so curious what his mission is on Dathomir. Um, and it's also very interesting, like these new Republic troopers that are coming in with Ezra
Yeah.
on this U-wing. First of all, they look really cool. Second of all, like it's interesting that like Ezra would lead with his blaster in something like this. I find that a little interesting as well.
That is true.
Because like we can see his saber on his belt, but I would also think that like this is the more mature Ezra where he's like he denied his old saber back and was using like force kung fu on the night troopers in season 1, but now he's coming out, space cop style with a blaster on a planet that's known for like dark side energy that he's been on before. So I don't know. I think
That
that's
is
interesting.
really true. I didn't think about that. Speaking of like that, like Ezra on Dathomir, him versus Enoch, that's gonna be such a cool fight.
Yeah, that's
When
gonna be fun.
the feeling I get from like watching that as a trailer was very similar to how I felt when the Last Jedi trailer came out with Phasma and Finn when they were clashing for the first time. But that obviously didn't. The end result of that fight didn't really do much for a lot of people, including myself.
No, that
And so
fight
I think,
sucks.
and so going into this one, I'm like knowing it's definitely going to be better, which is making it even cooler when that happens eventually in the show.
When it's like Enoch was like a Boba Fett or a Phasma of
Yeah,
season 1, where it's like, oh damn,
yeah.
that guy looks so cool, but he didn't really do much. So it's cool to like actually see him, do something with such a sick weapon, bro. I'm loving these Night Sister blades. They're just popping out.
I think
Like
all
everybody's
of
got
just
one. I
like
love it.
because the season one was very even Ahsoka's introduction in the Mandalorian. That whole episode was very samurai with Morgan Elsbeth, and then they continued that design into season one, and then even with season two of Ahsoka, like even the Night Sister that has like that Oni mask is super cool. Just a lot of like this the samurai aesthetics I think is great for this for the Night Sisters.
Yeah, You know what else I'm really excited for with this is Sabine. Like, I never had an issue with Sabine using the Force at the end of season one or being Force sensitive at all. It like everyone that I saw be like, oh, that was so cornball. That was so like, what even is Star Wars now? Blah blah blah. Everybody's got the Force. It's like, yeah, obviously everybody's got the Force. That's how the Force freaking works. Like, how many times? Like we've all seen that clip of Freddie Prinze Jr. just mouthing off like a bunch of Star Wars fans and saying like, I was trained by Dave Filoni, who was trained by George Lucas.
Yeah.
Like, that's how the Force works. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly how the Force works. Like, it's wild to me that maybe Star Wars needs to do a better job of explaining that, but like, it's I feel like it's pretty obvious. Like, everyone has a level of midichlorian in them, which like talks about the receptivity to the Force. And then also like Hu Yang said that, Sabine's like one of the weakest Jedi he's ever seen. And then it also like, just to kind of get on a little rant here, like Sabine using the Force to just do one big push is not that impressive of a feat. I don't know why people are like, oh, that's so impossible for her to do, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it's not that big a deal. Like, Luke blew up the Death Star with like zero training. And don't even say that it's because he's Anakin's son. Don't even say that, because that's the same stuff that we say we don't like about Rey. So you gotta kind of explain something here, Star Wars fans, because if Luke can blow up the Death Star with zero training and then some very light training with Yoda on Dagobah for God knows how long, maybe 5 months, maybe 1 week, who knows? Like, and then he goes and fights Darth Vader and survives. Now, granted, Vader didn't want to kill him, but still. Like, that's way more impressive with way less understanding of what the Force is than what Sabine had in Ahsoka Season 1 and Rebels with Kanan and Ezra. Like, Sabine spent so much time around Jedi. You don't think that she could tap into that by any way at all? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Am I crazy, or am I talking for real here?
I think the biggest thing was, I think in Rebels, the closest we got to her, like, maybe being that was when she was training with the Darksaber. Because obviously we see Din Djarin have a lot of issues wielding it himself. And I'm not saying Bo-Katan's Force sensitive just because she can wield it. But I think a lot of the instructions that Ezra and Kanan were instilling in her, I think, was kind of like the groundbreaking moment of that. And in Rebels, it doesn't really seem like that's the case. But having that translate into the Ahsoka show, I think it's more... It doesn't come off as aggressive.
Well, but the thing is like, I would even argue... Now, this is going to sound silly coming out of my mouth. But I would argue that Bo-Katan is more Force-sensitive than just some random Joe Schmo on Coruscant or whatever, because of the way that Kanan explains it and the way that George has explained it when he's talking about the Force. Is like the Force is like a door that some people have slightly more opened than others, but that doesn't mean that there's people that can't open that door at all. Everyone's capable of opening that door to the Force. Just some people are more naturally gifted. It's like sports. It's like if you're born with natural athleticism, like, sports are going to come easy to you. You're going to be like the Anakin, the Michael Jordan of basketball or whatever. But if you are like, you know, if you're born without those gifts, that doesn't mean that you can't still get in shape and be athletic and do sports and be good at them. It just means you'll never be Michael Jordan. No one's saying Sabine is Anakin. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, that's what I don't get about this stuff. Is like, that's
a lot of sense.
How Force receptivity works. So like, if Bo is really good with the Darksaber, like, the chances of her being slightly more Force sensitive than Mando are very likely. And Bo is just an absolute unit with all weapons. So like, if it takes that little bit of like open-mindedness and like really connecting with the weapon that Sabine eventually does. Like, Mando is a very stubborn character. He has been since season 1. He's not very accepting of like new things. So it makes sense that he would not be able to do that. Whereas like Sabine, you know, that's part of her arc in Rebels, is like learning to open up, learning to accept her family, accept her past. And then like when she finally like rages out with the Darksaber and she finally accepts these things and acknowledges these things, she becomes proficient with it.
Yeah.
So it's like the same thing with the Force. It's like that's the same stuff.
Yeah. I agree.
So basically, if you think Sabine is rushed in Ahsoka Season 1, you just don't know anything about Star Wars.
Speaking of lightsabers, and this is kind of my last note, Huyang with the 4 lightsabers fighting Shin. I think that's going to be a really cool moment too. Kind of worried for Huyang, not going to lie though.
I bet you he whoops Shin.
Really? Okay.
I bet he does. Shin is like, I mean, not to like double back on my Sabine take here, but Shin had problems fighting Sabine. I think
that's true.
I think Shin, like, and their fights were very like amateur feeling because they're both very like young. Um,
No, that's very true. Yeah, Huang definitely
but
has
Hu
like
Yang's like
hundreds of
1,000 years
years.
old, and he's got
Yeah.
4 lightsabers right now.
No, that's actually very true.
I bet he whoofs her.
Um, I'm kind of sad though that they had the concept art. What was that at? Was that at Celebration when they had like all the concept art of Ahsoka season 2 up? And it was one of them was Huang with like the four lightsabers. I kind of wish that
Mm,
they didn't have that up. I feel like that would have been so much more fun to just kind of see in this trailer for the first time. But it was still
yeah.
cool either way.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were all yellow until the trailer.
Yeah, no, in the concept art they are like there's two blue and two green like Grievous has. But I feel like that would have been too similar to Grievous if they kept it like that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
also, like, what do we think about these weird robot bird dog things that
oh yeah,
Ahsoka and
they're
Sabine
like
are
so
surrounded by?
organic looking. Yeah.
I can't tell if they're robots or not. They almost look like gargoyles or something.
To me, they look like robots. Because there's I'm trying to find it. They have like a bunch of plating on their backs, and like the wings that they have. I think they're definitely mechanical, but they're so organic looking. And then same with the droids at the end inside that temple or structure that they're in towards the end. They're like the tall, lanky droids. Some high tech civilization, man, making these droids crazy.
And then what I think it's very interesting. Man, I know what Balin's after is going to be something crazy because he's in this trailer for like a total of 3 seconds. And he's a major player in season 1.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
like
think
all the stuff that he's in might be like
yeah,
really impactful
I think
stuff.
so. I think so.
Um, I wonder if they're also not. I don't know though, because everyone loves the recasting to Roy McCann. So like
Hmm.
my original thought was like maybe they don't want to show as much of a recast because they don't want people picking it apart yet. When we're kind of still like what 5 or 6 months out, but people seem to really like. I loved him in a lot of the stuff he like Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Um, what else was he in?
that's all I've seen him in. But he's
Yeah,
gonna he's
there
gonna
are.
crush it. I
Yeah,
think
no, no,
I think
no.
you're right. I think everybody agrees this is a great casting, and I
Hmm.
also think that not to discount what Ray Stevenson did in Ahsoka. I think we all agree he was probably the most unanimously praised thing out of that show.
Yeah.
Um, but I think a lot of general fans won't even notice the casting change.
That's true. Well,
Not to
do you think
discount Ray Stevenson, but just because like he's a new character, it's not like he's a super iconic face or anything like that. So I don't even know if people will really notice unless they rewatch season 1.
this is another thing that I want to bring up, and this is coming from a. So one thing I noticed in the trailer was all the shots that he is in, his hood is up. Do you
Yeah.
remember at Rebel ScumCon we were talking to that Balin cosplayer, and
Yeah.
he was just like, there are rumors of him being bald in season 2.
Mm,
Again, that's coming from a cosplayer, so I'm not taking any like levels to that statement.
his
But
noggin's
that
gonna be
that
cold, bro.
but that could be another reason why they're not showing a lot of him because he is going to have like some sort of like significant appearance change in maybe most of the season. That could be another reason.
That's also true. And I've heard some people say that this thing that he's seeing Shin in the snow, it's like a Luke on Hoth kind of thing where it's like Ben, like he sees that Ben Force Ghost thing. Do we think
Mm.
this is a vision and like Balin is right? It's got to be a vision. They go completely separate ways.
Unless that's just at the beginning, and then
No, they go separate ways at the end of season 1.
I don't know. They're both wearing. My only reason why I say it's not a vision is just because like and it's completely different, so rules might not apply the same. But like Ben didn't look like cold and snowy and everything here Balin has like a fur jacket on. He's got like snow in his beard, and the same thing with Shin. She's got like a fur hood. She's got snow. She's got snow on her. Um, could it be like a Vormir situation where like he's got to like sacrifice someone to get whatever power he's after?
Man, I don't know. I want to know what he's doing so bad though. I've wanted to know since like 2022 when this show came out. I'm like, dude, I want to know what that guy's up to, and I can't wait to get some answers for that in this. I think it's gonna be by far the most interesting part of this show. Whatever Balin's up to, that's gonna be the best part.
No, I mean, yeah, one of my favorite things in my collection now is something is the little mountain.
Oh yeah.
That I printed and painted up. Who is this by? The files are by Chapters of Chester. No, he's got so many great like relic type stuff, and this is just lives on my shelf up high.
You should get the Lego Balin minifigure and like sticky tack him on the end of the father's thumb.
Just gigantic on his finger. Actually, wait. I know. I do. Wait a second. I have Balin. Hold on. Now I have to do that. Where are you, Balin? Here you are. I gotta get a hooded jacket for him, but there we go.
Nice.
That's really great. I gotta do that.
You should totally do that.
I'm worried about the finger breaking if I ever go to take him off again, but that's hilarious. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do that.
Yeah, that's
all right. Yeah, I'm excited for Roy McCann and just everything because like the biggest thing I guess is like he's looking for Abeloth, the mother, kind of a thing. I don't know how true that's gonna be because she's like a really wild character, and that's like a lot of exposition that they might have to do for her unless they just do a flashback or something with people. That's another thing. Do you think we're actually going to see the Mortis gods? Like, do you think Balin's going to be interacting with them?
I don't know. I really don't. I mean, it depends on if what he is after actually relates to them, which like seems like it might be, but it also might just be like he's on this planet. Like, think about Jedha. Like, when they're on Jedha in Rogue One, you have all these, like, broken, fallen statues of Jedi, like, buried in the sand in Rogue One and Survivor and all that stuff. It could just be that Peridia is just, like, this graveyard of, like, Force relics and statues and all that stuff. And the Mortis gods, like, maybe have some light connection, but they might not be, like, what he's actually after. You know what I mean? Like,
that's such a big thing to like put in though, and not touch on it a lot of, in my opinion.
But then, like what's the connection? What's the connection between the Mortis gods and Abeloth? Because Mortis gods are like New Age Clone Wars stuff. Abeloth is like from the '90s books.
But isn't it all the Isn't it all like the same though? Because isn't Abeloth just like, wasn't she? From my understanding, wasn't she a servant to the family, and then she like kept wanting like power to be immortal like them. They never granted it to her, and so she basically found her own way and kind of got corrupted from it. So there is a way that could be brought in.
Okay.
Why? Like, what powers would she have to be like this ultimate weapon? I don't know. But I feel like there would be ways to bring it in. I just don't know how feasible it would be. But we shall see. Because she's not like their actual mother.
Right.
Unless the mother and Abeloth are two different people, and I just don't know. I think they're one and the same. But yeah, no, that's kind of all my thoughts for Ahsoka. At least the trailer. There are some cool stuff about the costumes that they had up on display.
Yeah, the B-wing lasers from Rebels, so cool.
And I mean, more recently seen in Skeleton Crew, the end of Skeleton Crew.
Oh, true. Yeah, yeah. They feel at home in this trailer, though.
Yeah, oh, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm watching it again right now. Yeah. Oh man, you want to talk Starfighter?
I just want to talk about some of the costumes from that were on display for Ahsoka real quick.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
Specifically Sabine's, because I think hers is the one that's been changed the most, not just from a repainted standpoint, but from a lot of like a design standpoint too. Um, I mean, everything is. It seems like she just like stripped her paint off and just completely repainted it because there's a lot more chrome showing this time around. Whereas in the past, like it was a lot of white, but now in season 2, this is going to be all chrome. It looks like.
Hmm.
Um, it seems like a more simple design because probably she didn't have access to a lot of stuff in the area. Obviously, being on this like a stranded planet, a lot of those white markings are very reminiscent of like those mortis kind of circles and patterns, which is cool. But as for um, the actual armor itself, it's changed. Like the gauntlets, where they used to be kind of like straight across, they now have like this U shape in it, most likely for more mobility, which is kind of cool to think about because that probably means she'll be doing more action this season if they wanted to update a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm watching a
Um,
video on it now. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see the circles you're talking about.
yeah, I think she has some on her shin as well.
It looks more Jedi
Yeah,
inspired. Yeah.
and then obviously she got rid of her Beskar pauldrons and knees, and now has she has like wicker shoulders and leather knees. Also, kind of proves my point that she might be doing more like mobile like fighting or action sequences, which I think is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Blasters and lightsaber look the same, but yeah, there's just more chrome. There's more. It feels more Rebels in the way it looks more painted. It's
Yeah,
not a
it's
lot of
brighter.
harsh lines. Yeah, it's brighter. Um,
Also, a lot more orange, which could be like a nod
Yeah,
to
they
Ahsoka.
do bring out. Yeah, they kind of go away from like that reddish and focus more into like a brighter orange. Keeping the purple though, which I like. The belt rigs look the same. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a cool upgrade for her.
Yeah, I'm
Who
excited
else
for
did
her
I?
character in this. She's gonna be good.
Thrawn, his suit is cleaned up. He got a new one, I guess, on his destroyer. Um, it's not like torn up anymore. They had one of the Great Mother costumes up. Originally, I didn't think it was. I thought it was like a new Night Sister, but it looks like one of the ones we saw in season 1. Um, Clone Wars jackets, super cool. Who else did I put on here? I think that was it for costumes. Oh, the last thing I want to say about Ahsoka is the stunt coordinator for season 2 his is also being credited as the second unit director for a lot of the episodes. I think it was specifically 2, 5, and 6. So I'm guessing those are going to be probably the
Hmm.
most like action heavy episodes. Um, and so I think that's a really cool little detail too to kind of keep in mind going into the season.
Do we have episode names yet?
That's a great question. Not that I've seen. Uh,
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if we'll get like a 2 episode premiere again, like we did for the first season. I hope so.
I'm sure. I all the Star Wars shows except
Skeleton Crew, right? And Mando.
I was gonna say Andor. Skeleton Crew didn't do a bunch up at front.
I think they only did one,
Oh, okay.
so maybe half of them. Because Mando doesn't do it. I know Kenobi did it. Ahsoka did
Oh,
it.
that's true. Oh yeah, it might have just been. I don't think Boba did. Huh, maybe it's less than I
Oh
think.
yeah, Boba
Less
was
than I
one.
thought.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
Never mind.
Well, I
um,
hope they do it. I hope they do it for this.
the only thing I hate about it is it's just less time being aired. Then it's just 1 week off.
I know, but it makes like
Ooh,
the
when
big
when would it?
premiere like massive.
My question is when would it end? So it's January 20th. So 1/27, 3. Oh shit! What did I just do? Oh, I closed my calendar and I got to restart. Was it the 20th or the 27th? 20th.
20th, I
Okay, so
think.
20, 27, 3, 10, 17, 24, 3.
Yeah, 20th.
So it would end the first week of March. If it did 2 episodes on January 20th, it would end on March. It would end the second week of March if it did just 1 episode a week. So is there anything? Is March the month that they're re-releasing A New Hope? Let me look.
No, that's February, which is gonna be crazy.
Ooh, we're getting an Ahsoka episode and the original 77 Star Wars. That's gonna be a fun week.
You know what that means? What episode is that?
That would be episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be 5 or 6, depending on
Oh
if they
my
do.
gosh. So okay, so not only is 5 and 6 going to be the most action packed, that's also going to be the episode that Luke Skywalker shows up in.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I guarantee you. I guarantee you, if we're getting a Luke cameo, it's episode 5.
But,
And
my only other thing would be then they wouldn't be putting that episode of Ahsoka in theaters because people are going to be obviously prioritizing A New Hope.
why not put them both out there, baby?
Doomsday.
I mean, like put them both out there because Ahsoka episode is not going to draw like a big Star Wars crowd.
That's
Like
my
they're gonna make
thing,
they're gonna make their money for A New Hope. I don't think they would have to be worried about like, oh, like if we put Ahsoka in there, people are gonna go see Ahsoka instead of A New Hope. People that are watching Ahsoka would do both. If it was in a theater closest to them, that was my issue. I would have gone to see it, but it was 3 hours from me. If it was in like the one that's like 20 minutes from me, I absolutely would have gone, or even 40 minutes, I would have gone.
it's a month after the finale of Ahsoka though.
A month
Star Wars
after.
Celebration.
Oh. Hopefully we get some good announcements there. Do we think this is going to be the final season of Ahsoka?
Gosh, I don't know. My initial thought is no because it never and this could change when like an official trailer comes out, but it never said like Ahsoka season 2, the final season, like they always try to push for any show.
Yeah.
It just kind of said season 2. So my initial thought right now is no, this is not the last one.
I don't think so either, because I think that Dave Filoni Heir to the Empire movie has now been scrapped.
I think it is going to
happening
be
anymore.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we get maybe a third season out of this, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't take till like 2030 to get it though, because that is ridiculous. Like I know that there's been a lot of stuff going on. Dave Filoni's been doing some changes. Kathleen's gone. I get all that, but like, bro, we cannot be waiting 4 years for one season of a television show. That's wild. Like that's actually crazy. Like, I mean, Severance. It's like Severance stuff. Like Severance season 2 came out 2 years ago at this point, and they just started filming season 3. It's like what's been going on over there? What are y'all doing?
Because I do wonder how much of that is waiting for like actual green lights from studios, or how much of it is like them just taking their times, making sure like script and everything is good. I wonder what balance that is between that.
I mean, yes, but like, I want it to be good, but at the same time, I don't think it takes that long. Like, especially
right.
if,
That's what,
if
that's what I'm
Dave like
saying.
already kind of has this like, I'm doing Ahsoka Heir to the Empire. You know what you're doing. Like, it doesn't take 4 years to.
Yeah.
That's what I'm like, because that kills show momentum like big time. When it takes 4 years for a second season of a show that wasn't universally loved, come on, man.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because Luke's gonna be in it, and it's gonna drive that viewership way up.
Are you putting him on your bingo card?
I will put it on my bingo card. Yeah.
I edited the Mando Grogu one, so it's in our drive. So if you want to, whenever you want to start yours.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, dude, they met in Book of Boba Fett. You're telling me that Ahsoka's not gonna call on Anakin's son for help?
Yeah.
He's got to be in it, bro.
Yeah, that's so true.
Grogu might even be in it.
Oh, Rada might even be in this.
Dude. And he's not even like he's not his father. So like he could be a Jedi if he wanted to be.
He's
be his own man.
Person.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I sent you the video of right after that panel at D23, and Manasfandi kind of teased that at the end of shooting season 2, they all kind of took a photo, and he couldn't believe how many characters, new and old, were in that photo. So I'm wondering if that is. Yeah, it has to be Rex. Callus would be really cool.
Callus would be sick.
That could even include like Luke, Leia, or Han, Chewie, even maybe. Rada would be pretty crazy. Would it be that far fetched? It would just be like far fetched in the terms of spending some of the mouse's cheese.
Yeah.
Who was the other?
Cough it up, Mickey. Cough it up.
Oh, I don't know how, but give me Hondo, please. I've been asking for him forever in live action.
We don't need him in this show.
Other
that's gonna feel like a cameo.
Yeah, guys, we need weapons. Where do we go?
Ezra's like, I think I know a guy. Ezra Bridger. Yeah. No, Luke's got to be in it. Rex also has to be in it. I think everyone else, like Callus, I would love to see. I don't know.
It's not necessary. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm super excited. I'm eagerly. I bet we'll get the next trailer. I'm trying to think of when. I think the next big convention is New York Comic Con. When is that? I'm just trying to think of when might be like the next. Oh, New York Comic Con's super soon. It's in October, so they might not do a trailer that soon. Well,
they might do an official one, like the first official trailer, and then maybe because that's only what 2 months, 3 months, 3 months out.
Yeah, it's the second week of October, and so that's kind of. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like the in between of now and Ahsoka. So actually, I would be willing to bet that they'll do an official trailer at New York Comic Con. Yeah,
I hope so. You want to go to New York?
Do I want to go to New York? Specifically for that, and then we leave.
Yeah.
But no, I think safe to say we're both very excited for this season.
Yeah.
All right, should we move on to Starfighter?
Let's do Starfighter. Let's not talk about Avengers because it's not going to be positive, and this episode's already over an hour.
Oh my god, we're at an hour. Sure. Yeah, so I think this is the first time we got an official date for it, May 28th, 2027,
think so
which
too.
which is the same weekend that A New Hope was originally released in 77, which is a really cool detail, especially being the 50th anniversary. It was also confirmed that Gosling is playing a character named Cade Oberon. I don't think
big time Glub Shadow name right there. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Cade Oberon.
Gosling said his character is a guy from the wrong side of the galaxy whose fate is intertwined with the fastest starfighter ever built. And that's
the Starfighter's cool, bro. The Starfighter looks cool.
It's interesting that he says it's there's not an official trailer out. There are leaked ones still lingering around from what Disney has not taken off of. We've both witnessed said leaked trailer. We probably shouldn't talk in length of what kind of was in it, but
Why not?
I don't know. Fine, just say spoiler then for anyone not wanting to know.
The trailer's out.
Um,
It's out.
yeah, but not in like technically.
It's not on the Star Wars page, but that trailer's
Yeah.
out, bro. Anyone who's going to watch it has already watched it.
That is true. Yeah, so he says in the trailer that the ship is Imperial, which is interesting because it just doesn't, from what we've seen so far, it just doesn't look like anything Imperial we've seen before, which is kind of cool. Because he said it was like an Imperial Viper or Imperial something that sounds fast. I love the use of the Rebellion logo as like the skull. I think that's a really cool logo design. I've never seen that done before, and it's kind of crazy to me that no one's ever thought to spin that 180 and put some sticks under it.
Yeah.
I think it's very like punk. I love it. But yeah, no, there's still not a whole lot to go off of yet. What else was in the trailer?
I like the vibe of the trailer.
I think the most striking thing was when it looked like solar sailing, I guess. And there was like on the planet, it was like all water and these like big like water spouts were kind of coming up. Super unique planet. It almost feels like this movie is leaning really like much more into the sci-fi element. A lot of the scenes felt almost like game cinematic in their scope. Because I feel like right now we're so used to, I don't want to say volume and smaller sets, but since we're getting so many shows, that's kind of what it feels like. So it's really cool to get more of these like big scope set pieces or action sequences. And yeah, like I said, it feels very game cinematic in a very good way, in a very positive way. I mean that.
Mm-hmm. No, I was saying the same thing. It feels like it's got the same vibe as like Jedi Survivor to me, where it's like this kind of darker, this kind of like darker Star Wars adventure with like lesser known characters, not galaxy wide impact, but like I don't know. I think this movie's gonna be funny because it's Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling. What I'm really just kind of hoping it doesn't do is just another like lone wolf and cub thing, where we just do like Mando and Grogu and Hunter and Omega and Kanan and Ezra, like another one of those stories. We probably will get one of those, which is fine. It just feels like we've gotten a lot of that in Star Wars, especially of late. But I will say this movie does look really cool. I am excited to see it. I don't have like crazy expectations for it. I wish it wasn't Ryan Gosling casted, but it doesn't matter. He's casted. It is what it is. So just gonna take the movie for what it gives me, and hopefully it's a cool, fun ride. So
I think I'm still more hung up on Amy Adams being in it. I feel like that's the really weird one for me.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard that she's barely in it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I've heard. But then again, it's like, then cast someone else. Why are you casting Amy Adams if she's barely in it?
I think the person
I'm
most excited for in it is Aaron Pierre. He's in the Lantern show currently, and I think he's just a really just solid actor. So I'm excited to see what he is up to in this movie, because in the teaser also it was kind of just Cade, the kid. I don't think we know his name yet. And then we get to see
Kid
like a droid.
Alberon.
Kid Alberon? Yeah, there we go. And we see like a droid, like, assuming punching a ship into hyperdrive. And those are kind of like the three only characters we see, so we don't see anything else. That comes out end of May, right?
The movie? Yeah, May 28th.
Yeah, May.
Yeah.
So we have to get a teaser before Celebration, because Celebration's only like a month or two before.
I think we'll get an official trailer for Starfighter at New York.
If anything,
hopefully it's different.
I'm wondering if it's the same. My only reasoning for that is because of all the what Marvel, I mean, two different companies, but what Marvel's been doing with Doomsday, where they would release. I think this started at CinemaCon, not CinemaCon, South by Southwest, like the huge movie convention. They put out a teaser just for the people there, and then at the next thing, or next event, they put that trailer out to the public, but then showing the people inside an exclusive thing. And then at the next event, they showed that trailer to the public, and then a new exclusive one to the people in the theater. So I'm curious if they're going to take that same approach or what. I hope not either. I think it's a lot of fun when the people in that room get their own specific thing, and then people that aren't in there get like their own version of it as well. So it's special kind of for everyone.
Yeah.
Because like if it's leaked, which a lot of the times it is, the people on the outside have already seen it. They're just getting like an HD version of it. So it's not new information though. But whereas if you have it slightly different, or even just add new scenes to it, which they have been doing with some of the Doomsday footage, I think that still is something that they could do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting. It'll be fun to go see like a new Star Wars movie in theaters, not Mando and Grogu. I mean, I liked Mando and Grogu, but it's not new. So it'll be fun to original's a better word, an original Star Wars movie in theaters. So, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
D23.
Ahsoka looks way better in Starfighter, so that's why we talked about Ahsoka for an hour.
We just don't know enough about Starfighter yet either, but it's also, it looks way coming
better.
Off the heels of something we know.
Ahsoka looks freaking spicy hot, dude. It looks awesome. It looks like we're finally like getting like to the meat of this story. Like season 1 was awesome, but it's like it's about to get real, dude. It's gonna be awesome. My goodness. Yeah, Starfighter can. When January hits, bro, I'm not gonna care about Starfighter. I don't care if they put a new trailer out or whatever. I don't care. I'm not gonna care about anything other than Ahsoka season 2. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. Comment down below your predictions for Ahsoka Season 2. Don't forget to check out Nick's Etsy shops in the description below. And we'll see you in the next one. As always, may the Force be with you.